The PESTEL scan was complete, but before the team could celebrate, word spread that their biggest rival, WestCore Developments, was also bidding. The gloves came off. Mr. Ellis needed a competitive advantage, and he needed it yesterday. Late on Tuesday night, the HearthBuild war room glowed in shades of electric blue. Coffee cups clustered on the table, sleeves were rolled up, and everyone's eyes were fixed on a single giant screen that read WestCore in bold letters. Mr. Ellis stood at the head of the table, his voice as steely as his gaze. He reminded them that WestCore's entry into this bid meant the stakes had risen well beyond a mere proposal. It was a power play, and they had to respond in kind. Amira's jaw tightened as she leaned forward. She called out that WestCore had a habit of copying designs, cutting prices to the bone, burning bridges, and then blaming the client for any fallout. Despite this ruthless approach, they had still managed to win 3 government bids over the past year. Tariq spoke next, insisting that playing nice would not defeat such an opponent. HearthBuild needed to win by exploiting the weaknesses WestCore could not overcome. Jonas opened his file with a flourish and suggested they begin with Porter's value chain. He sketched 2 parallel chains on the screen, labeling one HearthBuild and the other WestCore. He explained that HearthBuild's inbound logistics were faster because they pre-negotiated contracts for steel, cement, and solar panels. WestCore, by contrast, waited until after the bid, forcing them to scramble for deliveries. While WestCore was still getting quotes, HearthBuild would already be pouring foundations. Priya added that HearthBuild's operations were leaner thanks to an AI-driven project scheduler. If one site ran into trouble, resources shifted instantly to another. WestCore simply couldn't match that agility. Tariq pointed out that HearthBuild's outbound logistics, final inspections, and handovers were also smoother, with less red tape and more reliable records. That translated to far fewer holdups. Amira reminded everyone that after-sale service was another battleground. WestCore tended to vanish once the keys changed hands. HearthBuild, on the other hand, followed up relentlessly, fixing snags quickly and earning rave buyer reviews in the process. Mr. Ellis smiled, declaring that this was their edge. They were not only builders, but also a brand that buyers trusted. Yet he still wanted more. He pressed the team for a clear picture of the battlefield. Scene 2-5 forces breakdown. Whiteboard, circles, arrows, scribbled notes. The room feels like a chessboard mid-match. Amira pointing to the board. Let's break it down. Porter's 5 forces. This is where we fight. 1. Competitive rivalry. Amira. This is a knife fight. Same city, same government contacts, same permit office. There's no room for mistakes. Mr. Ellis, and they'll undercut us. Count on it. But that's fine. We're not the cheapest, we're the most predictable. 2. Threat of new entrants. Tariq. Zoning laws, licensing, local building codes, they're brutal. Anyone new gets lost in that maze. WestCore barely made it through last time. Jonas. Our familiarity with local regulation is our moat. 3. Supplier power. Priya. Still prices are rising. Everyone's scrambling. But we've locked in 12-month contracts. They haven't. If prices spike, we stay steady, they bleed. 4. Buyer power. Amira. Buyers are smarter now. They compare square footage, amenities, even green ratings. But while WestCore gives them flashy brochures, we give them reputation, and that wins trust. 5. Threat of substitutes. Jonas. Prefab homes, tiny homes, rent-to-own models. These are growing. Sure, but they can't scale. The city needs 300 family homes in 18 months. That's us. Mr. Ellis smiling. They'll go cheap. We'll go deep. Quality, stability, trust. That's how we win the long game. He looks at the screen. Submit bid? Flashes. Mr. Ellis, submit it and prep the site. This isn't over, it's just started.